I, John Martin, also known as JM or JM Thoughts, hereby declare that any injury sustained by myself or my staff at the car park of the El Contendor Stadium is not the fault of my employer, Lado del Porto, or the chairman, but is entirely my own fault, and I hereby declare I have no intention of suing the club or the Paradiso FA. We also declare that despite any injuries, I am upholding the terms and conditions of my employment, hereby committing to continue to manage the team and produce content for the team's YouTube channel, regardless of injury or pain, and to a consistent schedule. And personally, I would like to declare that I remain fully focused on Lado del Porto's campaign to win the Turtle Island League East. I will not be taking any questions. Welcome back to Pirates of Paradiso, the save where we plunder the islands of Paradiso for all they're worth. And I was definitely not at all forced into issuing that statement at the start of the video, but it does have a lot of, well, should we say, some truth behind it, if you can see. But I have somewhat lost the use of my right hand, and well, actually, the hand is fine, really. It's more the elbow. But things are just too exciting that we will press on regardless. I'm learning to click with my left hand, and you don't need to type in Football Manager, so it's all fine. Since we were last here, which I believe was the Angola Bay Cool Dogs game, which we won 3-1, we went on to beat Scranton FC 2-1, and then beat Capri Sun 1-0 before an extended break, where we took some friendlies, and then came to the Island Hope game, where Thomas Bradshaw decided to concede 2 yellow cards within the space of a minute. And the long and short of that was that we lost. We did actually do all right, and it looked like we might be able to scramble a draw. But having said to you that last episode we probably needed to win every league game remaining, that's a little bit of an awkward spanner in the works. However, shall we have a look at the league table? Oh look, you've probably already seen it at the top of the page. We're top of the league, and the Angola Bay Cool Dogs and Ginger Island have played their games in hand, so we go into the final 2 games of the season 2 points clear of the Angola Bay Cool Dogs and 3 points clear of Ginger Island FC, which means, rather alarmingly, it is in our hands. I'm sure we can find a way to mess it up. I'll just show you the form of the Angola Bay Cool Dogs, just slowly edge the mouse. Oh yes, where do we find the form? It's somewhere on here, schedule. They're having a torrid time. They drew with Grytviken Town, obviously after they lost to us. They then managed to beat Island Hope, but they then lost to Porto del Dorado and Old Whit Hall as well. So they dropping points like it's going out of fashion. They've got Atletico de Lanza to play, who are pretty good. And then they've got Ginger Island after that, who obviously are the other team chasing. Speaking of which, Ginger Island schedule, clickety click click, they've been dropping points as well. So they lost to Old Whit Hall as well. They then couldn't manage to beat Boro Bay or Bengal Lancers. Then they've got Cove Bay Pirates and Angola Cool Dogs. So compared to our run-in, which is against Grytviken Town, who are in 6th, and Porto El Dorado, who are in 4th, you know, upon reflection, actually, those are the 2 teams that are doing quite well at the moment. Anyway, the point being, arguably, well, it's not even an argument. We are going into these final 2 games of the season in form. Another thing that I saw in the comments of the last video was people suggesting, I think it was actually on the Discord, but people were suggesting that now might be the time to move on, and I have been keeping an eye on the job centre. There's not a lot here, but we are thinking, particularly if we get the league in the bag, we get our first bit of silverware into the trophy cabinet, into the treasure chest. Probably a good time to move on, but we don't really want to move on to a club in the same league as us. So the options are slightly minimal. If we go to job security, for some reason, even though I haven't selected the Irish leagues, they're all on here. I don't think we're going to be going to Finn Harps or Dundalk. Church of the Swordfish would be good. They're very insecure. We're also looking at Valadares Gorillas in the Paradiso Conference East, Danamantes Karios in the Conference League West, Pokeminx perhaps. Also, we've obviously got a few others in here. North Coast, probably a bit of a stretch for us. Port Morgana Nobles in Paradiso League 2 would be quite the jump, but we'd be tempted to throw our ring into that hat if it opened up. We probably don't want to go to these conference teams that are going to get relegated into the league, obviously, that we've just left. So that's why some of these that might seem initially like appealing job prospects, in reality, not so sure about them. So yeah, we will be playing in the Conference League at least next year, hopefully. Fingers crossed. That's not crossed. Can I cross my fingers? I can. Excellent. It's good to know that I can still do that with my left hand. But yes, we will be in the Conference League probably next year. But regardless of what happens with the job market and what happens in the leagues above, we've got to go out and do our job. And this is the team that's going to do it. Jardin is back in the team because Bradshaw is suspended for being an idiot. So Dennis comes in on the right and Greg, my lad, is going on the left, which means if we go to the roles, we've switched it round. We've put the pressing forward on the left. We've let Dennis run free as an advance forward. We've also swapped Lewis and Zenetka around, which seems to have helped. Pereira is the attacking midfield role. Robbins, Butler, Holland and Purcell. Pretty standard back line with Davis there. We do have a vacancy on the bench. We've got Howes and Pearson back as well, so we probably want to put a midfielder in there. Let's put Walsh in there slowly. Just ease him in. But, well, all the more reason to jump ship then. Our transfer revenue's just been removed. But yeah, we are ready to play Grytviken Town. Arguably the biggest game that we have yet played in Pirates of Paradiso. If we could beat this team in 6th, who are already out of the running for the playoffs, we're looking good. We're looking good. All we need to do is win both of our games. And if our title-challenging rivals lose theirs, then it's all good. We will win the league today. And they obviously will need to continue to drop points for that to happen. So, we will do the always pressing. I'm not quite sure what formation they're in. We could be crowned champions with a win today. Do they like it? Are they winners? Are you winners, boys? We've actually refused several contract offers from Sporting Lado de Porto. We're keeping our options open. But how far we have come, isn't it? From the days when they would only give us a few months' contract to them begging me to sign a new one. And it's because we're just so bloody good. And Dennis is showing it there as he immediately brings the ball forward. Although, as he's prone to do, sort of just runs it past where it needs to be and then panics and passes it back. But you know what? If you can run, that's good enough for me. If you run with the ball, then sign them on the dotted line. They are a high-caliber Paradiso football player. Don't know what's happening in any of the other games. Obviously, having dropped points ourselves, there is cause for concern. Goalkeeper didn't take that one particularly well. What are the other games going on? So Ginger Island are playing Cove Bay Pirates, and we haven't had anything from there. Grytviken Town coming at us here in a slightly alarming way, just as my knee is starting to slightly give way from my training ground incident with the car park. turns out if you hug the ground at a very high velocity, you can do yourself some serious damage. Speaking of serious damage, Grytviken Town have just scored, which puts us 1-0 down. And we're in that strange situation at the end of the season where actually if we drop points, we are kind of screwed, even though at the same time we could win here. Lewis, oof, not really prone to put it in the back of the net, but he had a good go. Fortunately, it looks like Ginger Island and the Cove Bay Pirates are not. The Cove Bay Pirates. Yeah, the Cove Bay Pirates and Ginger Island are drawing, and the Angola Bay Cool Dogs have had a player sent off, I think, so that's quite good. They're obviously the bigger concern, but if Ginger Island win and we lose, they will catch up with us, and I don't know what their goal difference is. Mange! Oof. He couldn't bail us out. Robin's trying to come in on that left-hand side. He's trying to... Robin is trying to rob Grytviken Town of their advantage. He passes to Dennis. And all the promise that Dennis showed, all of the fanfare at the start of the season for signing him, and he's been a big old letdown, hasn't he? I don't know if it's the system or what, but we go into half-time 1-0 down. And one of the issues, of course, with playing attacking with 3 strikers, and I have found this before in Football Manager, both in this version of FM and previous, you're sort of screwed because about the only thing you can do with this is change the personnel, because I can't really go any more attacking than we already are. 1 goal could potentially win the league, or at least get us very close to it. 2, and we're looking good, but that obviously depends on what Grytviken Town do now. Purcell back to the keeper. The Angola Bay Cool Dogs are now losing, as are Ginger Island. I don't know what that means. If all 3 of us lose, it's a bit of a weird end to the season. But anyway, Dennis, showing some of that pace, gets on the ball. Once again, takes it way too wide, doesn't know what to do with it, but passes to Mange. I've seen better. This stadium's very impressive for the lower leagues of Paradiso. Lovely stuff. Maybe that's why we've got more money than everyone else. Piera. Back to Zenetka. And I'm a bit... it wasn't great. But yeah, if we all lose, then I guess we still don't win the league, which is unfortunate. It just goes to the final day. Jourdain, Lewis, Mange. Oh, what a goal! That was beautiful. We've seen him do that a few times this season. Very good player. Even though on paper, not necessarily one of our best players, but Dejahel Mange, top corner from outside the box. I mean, goal of the season, perhaps, in terms of its significance. Was it offside? I refuse to believe that Paradiso has the technology to show us this. Top left-hand corner. And now, are we in the ascendancy? Or are we going to see Grytviken come back and cause us problems? Worthington to Davis to Williamson. Ooh. Oh no! They've headed Collins right in here! He's at the post! Oh my word, that was a very... that was uncomfortable. Washington, that Davis makes the claim, and it might be time to make some changes. We've seen some improvements across the board, but Purcell is struggling, so we'll get Japon on for him. Also not seen a lot from Dennis, so now to think, do we bring on Howis? Much more left-footed, or do we bring on Pearson? Again, we've just got buckets of left-footed strikers. He's very small, Pearson, but he is also in very good form. So maybe we bring Pearson on for Dennis. In some ways it's weakening us, but in other ways it's not. And it wouldn't be awful for him to be strong on that left foot. Another goal here would do us wonders. Mange to Pearson. Oh, just wide. Just wide. Unfortunate. but it will happen. Collins. Ooh. Williamson. Pearson. Taking it out wide. A little bit of what Dennis was doing there. Venetka. Piera. Mange. Oh, he's trying it again. It was very ambitious. He wasn't going to be able to pull that one off twice. And unfortunately, Ginger Island have equalised, which would still put them within 3 points of us, which means the league title would be elusive if things stay as they are. And obviously they also not down to 10 men, so they could very well go back and win that game. Butler, oof. Dropping points, not ideal at home. Don't really know what to say to the lads. A bit of encourage. We are getting in. Mange. Oh, within a whisper of getting to that before the goalkeeper, but Collins has managed to get it. Now he's trying the long ball, which is actually playing quite nicely into our hands. Mange, he's got options. He finds Jardine. Jardine. Lewis. Oh, so many options. None of them taken. And Golden Bay Cool Dogs are still losing. Ginger Island still drawing, but Collins in here. Kicks it in. Japon makes the clearance, but only as far as Brown, and Gritvik and Town are really challenging here. But the ball does go over. Lots of changes being made on all sides. I think I'll drop an encourage. Feels like the sensible English. And the ball is cleared, and we're keeping all eyes on Cove Bay at the moment. Japon with the throw. Pearson. Vieira. Zenetka. Mange. Pearson. Pretty good since coming on. He finds Jardine, and Greg Jardine is not, slightly uncomfortable. And now Basham. Free kicks are so dangerous in this league. I don't know if anyone else finds that with Football Manager. In the lower leagues, I guess because of the quality of the goalkeeping, free kicks can be very, very potent. And he's just come in on the radio that Ginger Island have taken the lead against the Cove Bay Pirates, which means us dropping 2 points here puts Ginger Island well within shooting distance as we go into the final game of the season. And the question is, do you make changes? I think we have to, but I'm not sure who. Do we get Howis on, maybe? What about Walsh? He is good, but he's not. No. So one change up front. I'm not going to go very attacking. We've had the XG. We have a free kick. Piera, the scenes if this goes in. Howis! Oh, just wide. What could have been? And now, the last 15 seconds, is this a highlight? Possibly. Piera, Mange, what are their concentration levels like? Good enough, apparently. Gosh, if they score, or we score, it'll be well after the added on time. Ball goes all the way back to their keeper. Now it's flicked long. Robbins, Lewis. There is a highlight somewhere in here. We are on key highlights, so something is happening. And Robbins trying to fashion a chance, but no, the game was tempting us. And what this means, uncomfortably, is we are going into the final game to decide the champion. Oh, I don't like anything about this. Let's have a look at the league table. We are 3 points clear with a 6 goal difference advantage because the Cove Bay Pirates equalised in the 91st. Goodness me. The Cove Bay Pirates equalised in the 91st minute. The Angola Bay Cool Dogs had a terrible time to the point that they're in danger of slipping into third. We have just been saved by the Pirates here, and what it means is, assuming we don't lose by an incredible amount of goals, a 6 point swing. It is quite a lot. We've paid out some bonuses. We just have to hope that's not enough. Let's check the league rules and check that it is goal difference. Rules. Points, goal difference, goals scored. Okay. So we know now that 6-point goal difference swing will be good enough. Well, this is going to be a one-game episode. We're going to have to come back. The AC Porto Dorado game. Oof, I'll see you in 2 ticks. Here it is, the final game of the season. The final test for us at Sporting Lando del Porto. We are against Porto Dorado. We have made a couple of changes to the team. If I go to the team selection, I will show you what has happened. Bradshaw is back in, so we took Pearson off, put him in, and I made them both pressing forwards. I just think it might help a little bit. Also, the only other change is that unfortunately Japon has got some kind of horrendous injury. I don't know what it is. I can't remember. Torn hamstring, so he's out, and so we've got Storia in instead. But otherwise, unchanged. A point will do it. A loss will probably do it. But shall we try and end on a high, eh? Shall we try and end on a high? The title is ours if we avoid defeat. Finish the job. Can we be crowned champions of the Paradiso Turtle Island League East? We don't want to see their team sheet. We don't care. Let's get into the action. Oh, I'm nervous. It's going to be a long episode. Hopefully not too long, but season finale sometimes goes on a bit longer, doesn't it? Hewitt doesn't get forwards, but Robbins is on the ball. And now, Pereira. I think I'm going to blame the players in the box for that one. It's a very strange routine that didn't quite pay off. Robbins. Butler. Sort of holding on to it. Zanetka. All the way back to the keeper. And Davis. Now with the opportunity to fire it down the other end of the pitch. He does to Bradshaw, who plays in Pereira. Surely. Oh, he chips the keeper, but also chips the crossbar. What we want to see is the Angola Bay Cool Dogs and Ginger Island losing. Will ease the pain, but they obviously both can't lose. And I believe it's the Cool Dogs that are winning. Harvey Chambers has put them ahead in the battle of the dogs. The Ginger Dogs, rabid Ginger Dogs, and they're having at each other. But we are still 0-0. Walland manages to let the attacker past him, but Green is on the ball. Matthews. It's a good attack here. Taylor brings it in, and fortunately Butler was good enough to put off the Porto Dorado player, and we edge our way to half time, and we're sort of crawling over the finish line. We'll do the we owe them team talk. You have the ability to make the difference. Go out there and do it. I'm not going to make any changes right now, but definitely if Jardine doesn't turn up, I'm happy to make that change. Mange. Here is Jardine. And it was an uninspired pass, I think we will say. The ball all the way back to Walland. Persil. Bradshaw. He's got his guidebook and it tells us where the goal is. But unfortunately, Jardine, he's not been paying attention, let's put it that way. Zanetka passes the ball forward to Lewis. Pereira. Jardine, he's getting another chance. He's wasted it again. I don't know if this is improving his ratings, all the chances he's getting, or damaging them. Pereira with the kick. The ball rumbles in. Nothing good from it. Lewis picks it up. And now Davis. Kicking it long. Persil. Bradshaw. We are in the ascendancy. Having said that, we've just given the ball away. But we are good for it. Walland back to Davis. It's a settled team. It feels like a good squad. Davis passes it forward to Mange. 1-on-1 with the form, he's in. Oh, the composure of a 4-year-old child. It was pretty awful. The Angola Bay Cool Dogs are now 2-0 up. So Ginger Island looking to be fading at the finish. We will bring on Dean Dennis. Dennis. Fresh on the pitch. He's already seen the ball. It's a good sign. Lewis. Pereira. Piera! Jose Piera has done it again! And we are 1-0 up and within centimetres of claiming that first trophy. Job done. It's taken us 2 seasons. One season of struggling to get a job. And 1 season of ups and downs. But we might be 1 for 2 in our treasure hunt. We'll have to see. Get that booty, boys. Get that booty. Man, she's coming in. He's 1-on-1. 2-0. I think we might well be on our way to lifting the Turtle Island East trophy. I don't know. What does it look like? I like the idea of it being in the shape of a turtle with a big emerald on it. I'm pretty sure it's probably not that. But whatever it looks like, it's going to be beautiful as Mange, bottom right-hand corner, and it would have to go badly wrong from here. 3 points clear of the Angola Bay Cool Dogs, despite them winning. They're now winning 3-0. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The show must go on. That clock is ticking down. The last 10 minutes. Are we going to make it 3? No, we're not. The clock is ticking down. I just want to see that trophy. Not a lot else happening around Paradiso. Obviously, Porto Dorado, if they'd have won this game, they might have made their way into the playoffs, but winning against us is a rare and precious thing these days. 4 minutes of added time. 1.5 minutes. I should make some changes. I'm not going to. Ginger Island, probably leaving it too late to get back into that game. The clock is ticking down. Are we going to get a last minute highlight? We haven't done it. It is a highlight. Give me the trophy. Give me the trophy. Persil, come on now. He's getting very excited there. It wasn't a very clean tackle, and as per the FM22 glitch, we don't see the trophy, but we do get to celebrate with the squad. I'm just going to say that everybody was amazing, and they all love it. It's a beautiful thing. Let's see that screen. Come on. Why am I doing? I'm doing it. I don't know why. It's not a relevant song at all. Look at that. 3 points clear in the end. Head on goal difference. Although, tell you what, if we'd have lost, the Angola Bay Cool Dogs might have closed us down. Unbelievable result. So proud. Championes, championes, ole, ole. Ow, ow, ow. Don't do that. We've won it. We've won the Turtle Island League East. Ping. We've done it. Hey, look. Those of you using the Renzi skin, fun fact. If you want the Renzi skin to make a bleep, you just click on this. Bleep. Okay, he doesn't want to talk about it. Nah, gutted. Right, I'm not going to do that. The Borden, excited. Oh, look at that. It's a nice trophy, isn't it? Very flashy. And everybody's happy that we accepted our promises. And that's it, really. I don't know what else to tell you. I do, actually. I've got some important news. If you're watching this when it comes out, which will probably be on Tuesday the 26th of September, although I might release it early, maybe, if I have. Anyway, on the Sunday, I actually think it starts on Saturday the 24th at 8 PM, is the FM Community Charity Stream. I'm reading it off here. If I'm looking this way, that's why. And this is a week-long stream with tons of creators, a new creator every 4 hours. And they're managing AFC Wimbledon, they're managing my team. So we're involved. So not only should you go and watch it, also, like, exciting. Let me see if I can get you up a picture. Give us a second. Some time for some movie magic. There you go, that's us. Very exciting, isn't it? We're raising money for Cancer Research UK, and if you want to know what time we're on, ta-da! We're on 4 PM British Standard Time on British Standard Time? British Summer Time? I know, 4 PM British Time on Tuesday 27th of September. We are sandwiched in between Gary Miller and Harry Royal Owen. And yeah, we're going to see what we can do. We've got 4 hours to make Wimbledon great again, unless they've already been sacked. Which hopefully they won't be. Yeah, we're going to see what we can do in 4 hours. See if we can get the squad up and running, off and rolling. There's some amazing people involved. You see on this day we've got Caffeine, Space Daddy, Coach Zenocro, Gary Miller, but other people. I'm just going to scroll through. I'm scrolling through Twitter here, so if I've missed you, I'm sorry. Big Man on Campus, Gavin Brash, Murphy FM, JD FM, Golder, Dan Gear, RDF Tactics, FM Deer, Lewis, Tim Lewis, Malteser Falcon, Mel Dota, Banshee, AJ, Elm, Conriddle, Tacticality. It's just a lot of really great guys, really cool creators of all different nationalities and ages and genders and all sorts. It's going to be really fun. So yeah, if you're on Twitch, check that out. Starts on Sunday. Well, okay, technically, Cult of FM, I believe, is doing 8 p.m. through to 8 a.m. I think that's how it works. I think he's starting on Saturday and going through to 8. But yeah, do check that out. I don't often plug things at the end. I often forget to plug like and follow and comment and subscribe. I forget to mention I'm even on Twitch. So do check it out. And as your reward for checking it out, I'm going to squeeze in a bonus episode. Promise, hand on heart, a working hand. I'm going to squeeze in a bonus episode because, of course, we need to find out where we're going to be next year. So tune in for that. Put in the comments where you'd like to see us go. And thank you for watching. We're champions. Champions! Know where Frank is. Well, I mean, he just doesn't like success, that guy. Anyway, more Frank will come in future. Peace.